Well, hello! I'm Thomas Tulak, and you just clicked on Filmmakering Like a Boss, like a boss. Now, I don't claim to be an expert, but I am an award-winning filmmaker, and I have a passion for filmmaking, which is really all you need to get started. Well, that and a basic understanding of the language of cinema. For example, how can you convey a specific emotion to your audience using nothing but a camera angle? You should be very aware of the angle of your camera. Yes, it can be a very powerful tool, but also, if done poorly, can make your project look very amateur. It can help you and it can hurt you. So let's learn how to do it helpfully. First and foremost, you want to be aware of how your shot will look when your camera is angled a specific way. For example, you know the standard selfie shot where you hold the camera up like this and angle it down so you look thinner? Now what this angle does is make your lower half look thinner because it's further away from the camera, and your upper half look thicker because it's closer to the camera, which is great for selfies, but not so much for cinema. If your camera is pointed at your actor and it's angled slightly down like that, what you're going to end up with is a bunch of footage of a bunch of people that look slightly distorted. And honestly, what this is going to do is make your project scream amateur. So you want to consciously be aware of avoiding that. Make sure that your camera is straight, angled on straight toward your actors so that they don't look distorted, so that the walls don't look like they're leaning forward, making people feel, vertigo. That being said, you can angle your camera on purpose with specific intent to convey a specific emotion. A straight-on angle, like what I just talked about, is pretty safe, pretty content, pretty standard. But if you raise up your camera and on purpose drastically tilt it down to look downward on your subject, now you're starting to convey specific emotions. This one conveys the idea that your subject is weak and powerless. You're now looking down on them as if they are below you, and you actually start to generate sympathy for them. On the other hand, if you lower your camera and tilt it up toward your actor, you actually suggest the exact opposite of that. Now you're looking up at your subject. This suggests that your actor is more powerful, more strong, and has the upper hand in this situation. There's a reason why this specific angle is called a hero shot. Did you see the trailer for X-Men Apocalypse? You have all these X-Men characters jumping into screen, superhero landing, which, yeah, they look badass, but do you know why they look badass? Because of the camera angle. The camera is always really low to the ground and looking up at them, making it look like they have all the power. This same superhero landing with the same characters, but with a different camera angle, it wouldn't look as cool anymore. If you have the camera up and tilted down at them, that would not have the same effect. Now that covers angling the camera up or down, but you can also tilt the camera side to side, and doing so ever so slightly or drastically, depending on your desired effect, gives you what's called the Dutch angle. The Dutch angle is very dramatic and very tense. It makes the audience subconsciously feel uneasy, which makes it a great tool for building tension. It suggests that something is wrong or that something bad is about to happen. Take a look at this shot from one of my short films. You'll notice that while Matt is talking, while he's delivering his line, I'm slowly giving the camera a Dutch angle. By doing so, I'm raising the tension around his character and slowly adding to your feeling intimidated by him. Also, it just looks cool. It looks way more cinematic than a straight angle. You take a straight angled shot and you Dutch it slightly and it looks cooler. It takes an average looking shot and turns it cinematic.
I am the mechanical engineer, and I want my property back.
That is not to say that the straight angle doesn't work also. I mean, there's a time and a place for everything, and nothing should be too overused. If you use all Dutch angles, then with everything awkward, then nothing's awkward. If you use all straight angles, then, with everything comfortable, then nothing is comfortable or uncomfortable. Actually, with everything comfortable, like everything's just comfortable. But having everything comfortable and then one thing Dutchly uncomfortable, then it makes it time and a place for everything, sparingly. And of course, I have a lot more to say about this, but I just can't give it all away in one video. So, hit that subscribe button so you can follow along on the next episode of Filmmakering Like a Boss.
Hey, I owe you!
Here at the end screen, I would like to invite you to see some of my filmmakering in action by clicking on one of these links over here that will take you to playlists for each individual thing. And if you're watching on a mobile device, the links are also in the place where links generally are. I would also like to invite you to consider supporting Easily Amused Group Productions on Patreon at the link down here, or also in the place where links generally are, because Easily Amused Group Productions is about to go into production on another big project coming up in the next month or so, and we could definitely use all the support that we could get. So, thank you for watching the Easily Amused Group, the show that always knows where its towel is.